is time to get Zach LaVine some damn help. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, I do talk a lot of Bulls on this channel. Please make sure to hit the bell icon down below so you're notified every time I drop a new video. And guys, make sure you are following me on all my social media platforms. So with that being said, you see the topic, I'm heated. I got a lot to say. Let's get into it. In case you have not seen, heard, or experienced it, Zach LaVine has been tearing the league apart. I mean, just ripping up the NBA right now. He is going ballistic, going bananas, whatever adjective you want to describe. Zach LaVine is doing that. He is going nuts. All right? Over his last 6, 7, 8 games, he's been averaging over 35 points per game, folks. And right now, and I tweeted this, that's why I would say follow me on Twitter. I said, this is a hot take that shouldn't be a hot take. Zach LaVine, as of right now, this very moment, is a top 5 shooting guard in the NBA. He's a top 5 shooting guard. You might, gasp at that and think, really, Faiz? Think about it, folks. Who are the only guys definitively you can say are better? James Harden, Bradley Beal, probably Jimmy Butler, although he plays the 3 as well. So is he really a shooting guard? And obviously I'm not counting Klay Thompson because he's out. But then after that, Devin Booker. I mean, I think it's debatable. I'd take Zach right now. Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he's obviously playing really well, but he's on a much, much better team. Could Donovan Mitchell do what Zach LaVine's doing on a team like the Bulls? Jaylen Brown? He's got Jason Tatum. So nobody gets the other team's most attention defensively, doesn't have somebody else to rely on, still puts up those numbers. Zach LaVine's a top 5 shooting guard. I don't think it's a hot take. So with that being said, what I just mentioned, which is Zach LaVine is doing all this without a secondary star. It is time for the Bulls front office to realize that and get him some help. Look, the Chicago Bulls are now half a game out of the 8th spot. Before this season started, I told you guys this is a trial year. Regardless of what happens in terms of the standings and in terms of win-loss record, the most important thing is going to be development of young players. And I still stand by that. However, with more than a third of the season over now, you are seeing Zach LaVine has taken a substantial leap. Like, he went from a nice player to now he's a bona fide all-star to, potentially even getting to that superstar level, although I wouldn't say he's there yet, even though he's playing like it. But Zach LaVine's taken that leap, but who else on this team has? Lauri Markkanen, I mean, he's improved a little bit, but his rookie season was similar to this, right? And he's still been hurt, so that part hasn't improved. Wendell Carter Jr. has been very stagnant, hasn't taken any sort of leap. Kobe White had some, stretches here and there where he was popping off for 30 points, but he's been very inconsistent. And, outside of that, what do you really have? Thaddeus Young obviously has been a great vet for us, but I'm talking about the younger guys, the developmental pieces. And so really, outside of Zach LaVine, we don't have a reliable number 2. And so what I want the front office to realize is this. I am in no way saying, mortgage the future to get Zach LaVine, somebody who can help him out as an all-star, if you will. We're not winning anything significant this season, and obviously I'm talking about the Bulls when I say we, but what I am saying is this. Zach LaVine is having a season for the ages. I don't want it to go to waste. Okay, I don't want it to go to waste. If that means we have a chance to make a playoff push by getting a smart return for a player, let's do that. And I've mentioned this before, right? I've mentioned this before. What's been the Bulls' biggest weakness? Interior defense. We cannot stop anybody on the inside. And I believe offensively and defensively, we need somebody like that. So I've mentioned Nikola Vucevic, who I think would be a perfect fit. Now, again, Vuce is 30. He is more of a guy for a win-now team. But again, he's not 35. He's not on his last legs. And we'd still have him under contract for 2 years. Here's another guy I want to throw at you. John Collins, a young player who is, would fit the plan for the Bulls. Could we get John Collins? I'd be ready to trade anybody but Zach LaVine, obviously, to get a guy like John Collins, who is an incredibly gifted score at his age in terms of a big man. So he would give you that offensive scoring. Defensively, obviously, he's not the greatest, but again, rebounding-wise, he's solid. So to me, I think there's guys out there. A lot of you guys have brought up Andre Drummond, brought up Blake Griffin. I'm actually going to make a separate video about kind of where I believe those two guys end up. But both those guys, to me, are not fits in terms of what the Bulls need. Really more so for timeline purposes than basketball purposes, right? Like, yeah, Andre Drummond would fix our rebounding and interior presence, though he's not a very good defender. Neither is Blake Griffin. But both of those maybe would give us a little bit more of a scoring punch on the inside. But timeline-wise, they just don't fit. I think they go to teams that are more contenders, like the Clippers, like the Lakers, like the Nets. I think they go to teams like that. That's why I don't believe they come to the Chicago Bulls. So I'm not taking those guys as serious candidates, but let's take a look at what's out there in the market. I think now AK is going to put his thinking cap on, and he is going to really assess, okay, look, I know it's the third of the season here. We're rebuilding, but Zach needs some help. I need to see who I can rely on, who I can't. As much as I love Laurie, as much as I love Wendell, Kobe, all these guys, they just have not been consistent enough. They just haven't. And I'm not saying, trade them for nothing. But what I am saying is it is time for the Chicago Bulls front office to start making some moves on the trade market. See what's out there. See if you can get somebody, again, who addresses the need of a big man, who is going to fit the Bulls timeline. So you don't want to get too old, right? You don't want to go for a guy who's ready to win now, but also somebody that can take the pressure off Zach. Zach's going out there dropping 35 every night, folks. Like, again, we know he's paid to do it, but again, you don't want to waste that either, right? But so that's kind of where I'm at. Hopefully, one of the core players emerges. Maybe Lowry has a great second half of the season. Wendell, Kobe, I'm still holding out hope, but I need the Bulls to give Zach LaVine some damn help. So let's see if they actually make it happen. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.